Hello and welcome everyone to Looters. I am your chef and today I'm going to be making you some Salamantenders. In case you guys don't know what Salamantenders is, that this was a special order by a man who looks like a rabbit, and it seems like he wanted something that I think might be a little bit spicy. Alright, so first and foremost, I am going to go ahead and lay out some of our buttermilk tenders, and I'm going to try and pat them as dry as possible. These are buttermilk tenders. The main ingredients for these is buttermilk, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and also a little bit of smoked paprika. I let it sit overnight within our magical freezer so that way that they can all marinate really well. You also probably want to be a bit careful on what direction the grain of your Salamantenders are going, because you do not want to pull any of these beautiful and marinated chunks off. See, I almost did it right there. That's what you don't want happening. Now, I'm not exactly sure where I got these tenders. Mr. Lootworth has told me not to really worry about where the products come from, but simply because I trust the man who is also a mimic way too much, I just prefer not to ask any questions. And once we are done patting our Salamantenders as dry as possible on some paper towels, we are going to now commence our ability to try and form these in a breading station. I may have to speak to our Illithid Lord and Master in order to figure out if I can get a larger kitchen space in order to do this again. But here's our setup. We're going to use flour, 2 eggs, and then subsequently some Panko breadcrumbs because it's from some strange realm, I don't know. And I am not going to add any spices to the flour. This is because that we let the chicken marinate with spices already. And then I'm going to add the buttermilk that we use to marinate our Salamantenders. Then I'm going to put it into the eggs and beat it violently like an adventurer would on a goblin. And then we are going to put our Salamantenders straight into our flour, right into the egg wash, and then subsequently into our beautiful, beautiful crumbs from another realm. And we're not going to see this 3 times because I know that can get very boring very fast. Subsequently, what you do not see is the fact that I put it into this magical device in my upper right hand corner over here is what I was told is an air fryer. I don't know, some strange magic that Mr. Lootworth had told me about. It's apparently healthier for customers, and that is his main goal apparently. I just set it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and then let it cook for somewhere around 10 to 13 minutes, so that way it's cooked all the way through. And next up, we are going to go ahead and start making our glaze. First of all, I'm going to use what is known as Stubbs barbecue sauce. I don't really know who Stubbs is, but subsequently we're going to also add about 3 tablespoons of honey inside of the glaze. This will be our neutral glaze instead of any of the spice glaze, because I want to make sure that our bunny man is not going to immediately set himself on fire. And then we are going to portion off our regular barbecue glaze to the side, so that way we can determine the level of heat this bunny man will be able to consume. Next up, we're going to be adding some of our regular hot sauce. This is known as Zombie Apocalypse. I'm pretty sure someone with necrotic energy would appreciate this. And next up, I am using the strange viscousy hot sauce material known as the Last Dab as the final and ultimately spiciest version of our glaze. Gonna go ahead, pull out our Salamantenders so that way we can not burn our cute little fingers. Then set up our dipping station so that way we can leave our Salamantenders in for a couple of extra minutes so that way they have a nice golden brown crust. And finally, we will then begin to dip and coat our Salamantenders in our spicy glaze. This stuff smells absolutely fantastic. I would not probably recommend the original Stubbs barbecue sauce. I probably would have gone with the sticky sweet, but I wanted to just do the original just to give the taste. But if you want to try out any of your own barbecue sauce, I really do recommend. So before I can serve this to our bunny man, I will actually try and attempt to taste this dish. Hold on one second, I'm gonna take a prophylactic measure here. and then commence the flavor testing. So the original sauce is actually relatively good. I say this is a bit more of a smokier flavor, so if you're looking for that big smoky flavor, especially when it comes to making glazed tenders, this would definitely be it. Once again, I would recommend something a bit sweeter, but this is Salamantenders, and we want that smoky flavor to just be in there. The zombie apocalypse is definitely a step up in heat. It's a little tangy, I really like it, it adds to the smoky flavor, and I could actually feel the slight burn that comes from it. This would probably be for the best, as this sauce was definitely worth adding into our glaze. And lastly, our last dab, viscousy secret material. This is the one that I fear the most, and it tastes like hell. It tastes really good, but it tastes like hell, and my god, I'm gonna need a quick drink. Oh, thank Bahamut. Alright, good luck, gentle bro.